What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Northeast Florida Surf Fishing Forecast for October 12th through the 14th. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Pretty rough over the weekend here in Northeast Florida. A lot of current, north to south current. Had some decent surf, 2 to 3 foot. Same thing for Monday, a strong north to south current from Jack's Beach down to Volano. We did get some good reports over the weekend and on Monday. We'll start off down in Flagler. Kathy caught quite a few whiting, had 16 whiting on live sand fleas and sand flea fish bites. She said plenty of sand fleas in Flagler. Mark caught a very nice red, a big bull red in Jack's Beach using cut whiting. So right now, guys, if you want redfish, now is the time to catch them from the surf. I've gotten a few other good reports from reds in the surf as well. Finger mullet live or dead. Cut whiting, you can use cut spot, you can use blue crab. Fish the trough at low tide and on high tide, see if you can find a nice little slough. Definitely bring the Sputniks, guys. And if you really want a oversized red, I suggest you using a little bit heavier line. That way you can get the fish in sooner than later. The longer you fight these fish, you know, they get weaker. And with the amount of sharks in the surf right now, it'd be best to have a redfish that's pretty healthy when you catch them and released instead of worn out. When the pier was open, off the end this time of year, we would catch a ton of bull reds. I would use 50-pound braid, and we'd pretty much lock the drag down using owner J-hooks so they wouldn't bend out, you know, a 3/0 with cut bait, and get those redfish in fast and back into the water. Unfortunately, what we'd see sometimes is people coming out with really light lines and fighting a 35-inch red, 40-inch red for over 40 minutes. And a lot of the times the reds, they didn't make it. You would see them floating off and just too long to fight them. So my advice is try to get them in as fast as you can and use the proper gear to fight these fish. That's just how it is. But as far as fishing wise, the next few days, if you look at the winds, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, pretty much steady northeast winds, 10 to 15. And on Tuesday afternoon, it's actually supposed to pick up stronger. So we'll probably continue to have a groundswell coming this way the next few days, you know, 2 to 3 foot. So bring your Sputniks, but the fish are on the beach, the whiting are biting. Still tons of 8-9-inch pompano, bluefish, a few Spanish, a few trout. As you can see, the drum, there's some sheephead up and down the beach now. The tarpon are still here. Like I said, the redfish. And if you want flounder, you better get them before the 15th, because then it's closed, I think, until November 30th. So if you're not gonna surf fish the next few days, at least get in the river and catch some flounder. That way you can freeze them up. You don't wanna pay $20 a pound at the store for fish you don't even know if it's fresh. But the fish are there. Water temperature in Flagler is 83. Here up in Jack's Beach, 81. Bernardina, 81. And even better news, North Carolina, I know we're not up there, but the water is now 71 to 73 in most of the areas. So that means the big pompano are gonna continue to move this way. And honestly, if we get one more cold front, I think they're gonna be here in full force, or even the tropical system that goes up that way and churns it up, it'll push them south. But yeah, it'll be nice. There's gonna be some big pompano when they come through. They'll be nice and fat. If you're going to the beach, don't forget, bring your cast net for the mullet, fresh shrimp, bring clams, native salt. If you don't wanna shuck your own clams, check out Native Salt. They have the clams and they are phenomenal. I think you can purchase them on the Sinker Guys website, I believe. If not, we can get you hooked up. If you leave a comment, we'll get you in touch with a guy who does have them. But I do believe the Sinker Guy has them. Like I said, we're coming up, guys, now to a season where the surf will be absolutely on fire with big whiting, pompano, redfish, and drum. So get your tackle ready, get your Sputniks, and if you got a sand flea rake, this week and the next week, start collecting them and freezing them, because the last few weeks they have been extremely hard to find. Not because they're not there, but because they're deep right now. And I don't know why, but they are. But Kathy said there are plenty of them in Flagler, so if you're down in Flagler, load up on them, freeze them, blanch them, or freeze them in saltwater slush that Noel Kuhn showed, and they preserves them really well. But the sand fleas are going to be a prime bait as the water cools down. Once we hit about 77 degrees here, 76 degrees, you're talking about lots of big whiting and some fat pompano. So we're getting there, guys. We're almost there. We need those temperatures at night to hit the low 60s, and in the days, mid 70s, and that will start to drop the water temperature as well. We're losing daylight each day, so that helps that water temperature drop as well. So that's all I got, guys. Hope you'll have a great few days. We'd like to get some feedback what you're catching. And if you haven't, hit the subscribe button. And if you're on Facebook, if you are, check out Broken Reel 23. We got daily reports on that page. And for those who don't have Facebook, I will try to, as the reports come in on our Facebook page, switch them over to our YouTube page so people know. No problem, Dwayne. I'm excited for this time of year. I was looking through pictures from last October and November, and I have a lot of pictures of reds, drum, sheephead, big whiting, and pompano, so it's coming. And as a landscaper, I can't wait for that grass to slow down. So the colder we get, the sooner, the better for me, because like I tell everyone, the fishing improves when the grass slows. It coincides with each other. As the water temperature drops, seems like the grass slows down as well on land, and fishing's booming. So I think that's all I have. We are talking about, me and Chip were talking about doing another seminar here soon. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let us know. We'll go over pompano and such, catching reds from the surf. Won't be in October, but we're thinking November. We're also discussing a whiting tournament, like we've mentioned before, and it's going to be fun. We've got to meet together and get all the details hashed out, but it looks like we'll wait to start this tournament early next year. Let's get out of this year and then start it early next year, so we have everything lined up, and it'll be great. But that's all I got. No rain. It doesn't look like 20% chance of rain next few days. Water should be fairly decent. It was decent today. And if the northeast winds continue, if it stays under 20, it should be pretty good, guys. Fish those lower tides and the trough. Sand fleas, mullet, and fresh shrimp. Good chance to catch a big red, big whiting. And the tide should be getting back to normal this week. In the river, I've been fishing in the tides. Like if the high tide says at 12:30, my goodness, by 11 o'clock, it's way past what the normal high tide is. And it's making my snook fishing a little bit more difficult. But that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everyone who watches. I enjoy giving out the information. Yeah, my phone just said low battery. Ain't that something? All right, guys, y'all have a good one.